Been restoring this camera, and I replaced the original neoprene gears, which broke, with some brass ones. That's not the one for this camera, but this is like what I'm using. I got the gears, and I got a reamer, and I reamed the hole out to the size of the shaft on here. It's a 2.3 millimeter shaft for the motor on these Kodak cameras. And this camera has the gear in it already. Can't really show you because it's not bright enough in there. But one thing I realized when I was putting it together is I have to align the timing of the cam that moves the shutter or advances the film and the gear that is the shutter. And the way to time it properly is to get it locked into its rest position. There's a little pin on the back of this gear that locks it into its rest position. And then on the shutter piece, it's hard to see, but I'll show you. There's a casting line or a mold line right there. And if you line it up so it's vertical with the shutter window, then whenever you put these two pieces together, the shutter timing will be correct. And then the camera should work properly. And I'm recording this because I wanted to make sure that if anyone else ever does this again for some reason, that they'll be able to find out how to get the shutter timing right, because otherwise it's just guess and check. There's some other things that I learned when I was taking this apart, is that I didn't have to disconnect the shutter mechanism from the rest of the camera. This is an xl55. That was an xl33, but I broke that one pretty bad, so it's not going to go back together. But you can actually disconnect on the side here, undo the side screws, and there might be some bottom screws whenever you get it apart enough. And then there's a bunch of metal tabs you bend. Here's one of them.